Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, no voice, no guy. It's me, really real, feeling real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Please ignore the Giants blue sweatshirt that I have going on here. This is not indicative of my support of the New York Giants at all. In fact, it's only indicative of how cold it actually is in here right now. And that is all it is, all it ever was, all it ever will be. In fact, I'm actually looking to take my talents and my allegiances somewhere else. No, not the Philadelphia Eagles. So Mayo, when you hear this, don't even send me a message. Just don't even send me a message. So no competitors in the NFC East. I was very much considering Baltimore until what I saw Saturday night. I'm sorry to talk about football on a basketball podcast. The Giants just get on my nerves, man. Oh my gosh. Uh, Mondays aren't my day. I have to go back into the archives and see what my record is on Mondays, but I always feel like every single week I'm coming out on Monday battling for position yet again in the week. Like I just never can get right on a Monday. Maybe I just need to stop betting Mondays. Tina Charles over 15 and a half points did not get there. She had 15 attempts. It was the exact handicap that we were looking for, except she only made 5 field goals. Very, very rough outing for Tina Charles out there. So is what it is. We move on. And I have 3 plays. Wow, 3 that I want to share for you with you as we get ready to close in on the last couple of games of the regular season. So with that, before we talk about all of those plays, I have to mention to you all about our newest presenting sponsor. If you haven't been here and you've been under a rock, well, now you know. We are rolling with Hard Rock Bet. Everybody loves the Hard Rock hotels and casinos. You know, the big guitar, all of that. It's a staple. Well, now you can get down with Hard Rock Bet. They are the only legal sports book in the state of Florida, and they are also available in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado, with more states launching all the time. You can play their online casino if you live in New Jersey as well. Shout out to New Jersey residents. And they have a great offer right now. Sign up at Hard Rock Bet, make a $5 bet, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets if that bet wins. Head over to Hard Rock Bet, sign up, and make your first deposit today. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer, must be offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida in Florida, offered by the Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC in all other states, must be 21 or older and physically present in Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, and Virginia to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling in Florida, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. In Indiana, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants to help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, let's get to it. First game I want to talk about, the Minnesota Lynx going on the road here to play the Indiana Fever. What's the updated line here? 2.5. Minnesota Lynx are laying on the road here. 163.5 is the total. I am not even going to bother with the full game with you. That is not where I'm looking at for this angle. That's not what I'm targeting here. What I am going to do, though, is I am going to target that first half. Give me the Indiana Fever in the first half, +1. We'll take the +1. You know how first halves go. If we tie, we still cash, all of that. We'll take +1 here. But the Indiana Fever, 8-8 respectively since the All-Star break in the first half. But that's really not what I want to talk about, because it's really a tale of 2 first halves for the Indiana Fever since the All-Star break. You have a first half at home and you have a first half on the road. So looking at how they've been since the All-Star break on the road, they are 2-7 to the first half number. At home, 6-1 to the first half number. Where's this game being played today? Indiana. So you go and you take that and you also add that to the fact that Minnesota Lynx have been horrible over the course of the entire season in the first half, but particularly on the road. Here we are. Since the All-Star break, Minnesota Lynx are 6-7-1 in the first half. But if you look at it, they are 4-2 in the first half since the All-Star break, and they are 2-5-1 on the road in the second half since the All-Star break. So that's how Minnesota typically has gotten themselves into some predicaments here on the road. They have started slow in the first half, but then because they are, I don't want to say championship caliber because they don't have that championship yet, but we know Cheryl Reeve, legendary championship head coach, and they have championship caliber players. And so they are able to come back, go into halftime, Cheryl Reeve makes adjustments, and they come out on fire in the second half. But the first half has been a barn burner for them. It's been really, really slow. And then you also add that the Indiana Fever in this series between the Minnesota Lynx have won the first half in 5 of the last 6 games. 5 of the last 6, they have won the first half against this team. They give them problems. They do give the Minnesota Lynx issues, and I think the adjustments may come in the second half. Maybe the Lynx take it serious. Maybe the Lynx drop the game because neither one of these two teams need it. Both of them clinched the playoffs. Both of them are pretty much locked in the seeding. So I think this would be a good spot to just go ahead and back a really fun trend here. And so I'm going to continue to take the Indiana Fever against the Minnesota Lynx. They've been playing the Minnesota Lynx up, and I like them here. Give me the Indiana Fever in the first half +1. All right. I got a couple of props for you here, but before I give out those props, let's just go ahead and talk about the WNBA prop bet cheat sheet. That's because that's what you should be using. That's what I use to go out there and crush props all the time. There are top player prop picks based on our projections and the sportsbooks lines, and they come in points, rebounds, assists, all different flavors and colors. You got it in the prop bet cheat sheet. So go check it out over there, bettingpros.com/WNBA props, or download the BettingPros app. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let's just go ahead and get the first prop out the way. I'm really not going to take too long about it. And honestly, truly, you should already know. A'ja Wilson over 25.5 points. Actually, that's the extent of the breakdown that I'm going to give that. A'ja Wilson is the GOAT. And this is insane what she's doing. She's averaging north of 27 points per game on this win streak that the Aces are still going on, by the way. And she just went out. We cashed this over the weekend against the Sky. They're playing the Sky again. She's still battling for the MVP. And I think she's trying to make that case like even more and more and more as the rest of the games go on. So I think that Asia's going to go out here and dominate. Asia over 25.5. The real play I want to talk to you about is Satou Sabally to go over 14.5 points here, going up against the Los Angeles Sparks at home. Let's talk about what the Phoenix Mercury did last game. They've been off for about 3 days now, 3 days now. And last time out, they lost outright to the Connecticut Sun, who are the worst. I lied. The Sun are not the worst place team in the league, but they are very close to it, 2 games out. So the Mercury haven't looked good in their last 5 games. They've only actually covered 1 of their last 5. And so that's why it made me nervous to try to take the Mercury laying points here. But I do think that there's something they need to try to build some type of momentum going into the playoffs. They're pretty much locked in the seeding too. Honestly, it would take like a big jump one way or another for them to kind of fall out of this seeding. However, so that means that they basically are going up against the New York Liberty, and they have a date with the Liberty in the first round. And as the Liberty are, you expect them to turn it onto a different mode in the playoffs. And so I think that Phoenix wants to get them some momentum. You're going up against the Los Angeles Sparks team that's been horrible defensively literally all season. Like, I don't even need to break it down between 5 games, 10 games after the All-Star break. It's been the entire season. The Los Angeles Sparks have been horrible defensively. There hasn't been a point in the season where they've been actually a solid defensive team. And so they've been struggling inside the painted area. As electric as Dearica Hamby can be scoring, Ray Stevens can help with the scoring defensively, shoring up that painted area. It hasn't been as good. Cam Brink, very, very good rim protector, but more towards the guards. And so they've really struggled with the bigs. I think Satou Sabally here needs a really big game. And she's been solid. Like she's been very solid for this Phoenix team. So her points prop is at 14.5 in this game. I understand she's kind of going through a little bit of a slump here, but this is a really good angle to back her against a team that she just has really good games against. 19, 25, 24, 19 in her last 4 games against the Los Angeles Sparks. So I think that this is going to be a good spot to just go ahead and get Satou Sabally in a bounce back spot, really for the entire Phoenix Mercury in a bounce back spot where they just kind of go beat up on a Sparks team that doesn't play defense. So I like Satou Sabally here to take the matchup and be able to use her scoring inside the paint. And also she could go hit a couple of threes from the outside as well. So I like Satou to go over 15 points here. Give me Satou over 14.5 points. And there we go. Indiana Fever, first half +1. Asia Wilson over 25.5 points. It's going to be really hard not to vote her MVP. And then Satou Sabally over 14.5. There we go. With that, I'm at really real __. Make sure you give me a follow on X at BettingPros on X and TikTok at BettingPros. NFL on Instagram and YouTube.com/BettingPros. With that, that's it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just getting you like this week are out of here.